Ja, goeiedag mensen, daar ben ik weer, mij 210 en we zijn terug met een nieuwe video. Vandaag gaan we de preview doen van Ajax tegen Inter in de Champions League. Maar vandaag gaat het iets anders zijn. Normaal gesproken doe ik mijn content natuurlijk in het Nederlands, maar dit keer ga ik het in het Engels doen. Ik wil Liam van de Barnview bedanken hiervoor. Ik heb Anthony vandaag van Inter Worldwide. Ja, we gaan dus een preview doen. Het zal in het Engels zijn, ik hoop dat jullie dat begrijpen. Ik zal mijn best gaan doen om de vertaling te regelen. Maar ja, dan weten jullie dat alvast. Dan ga ik nu setup veranderen. Zo. So yeah. Anthony, welcome to my channel. Thank you for being here. Anthony from
Brother,
Inter Worldwide.
bro, it's an absolute pleasure to be here, man. It's my first time being on an Ajax fan channel, a Dutch fan channel. So I'm more than ready. Trust me, man, in ways that you can't imagine.
Appreciate it for coming on. Yeah, let's start with a little question about how you became an Inter Milan fan. Tell us.
Well, I'm from Australia, so we don't have too much access to Serie A, but I'm from an Italian background. My parents are Italian born. So my father basically was an Inter fan. He wasn't a very passionate one, but at the right time of me growing up, when I was like maybe 5 years old, he was heavily invested because of Christian Vieri and Roberto Baggio. He actually knew Christian Vieri as well. A lot of people don't know this. If people know Christian, Vieri was actually spent a lot of his young days in Australia, and he was very fond of indoor cricket. And my dad actually played indoor cricket with him a few times. Nice. So that's like my story. Like there is a little bit of a deep story there as to why I support Inter, but mostly it was just the right timing. I asked my father, who do we support, when I was heavily getting into football as a young kid, and he said support Inter. And that's as easy as that.
Nice. And how did you become starting a YouTube channel for Inter Milan?
I would have started it about maybe 6 years ago now. It was just simple stuff like recording with my phone whenever I had something to do in my spare time, but eventually just turned into a community. And now I'm very grateful to have an English-speaking community because there's not too many when it comes to Italian clubs, but there's a fair few good English-speaking Italian content creators, not only for Inter, but for a fair few of the bigger clubs. So I encourage everybody to check it out.
Yeah, definitely, man. Yeah, then I want to move on to the start of Inter's season. Yeah, what's your feeling right now after the first couple games? You didn't have a good start, so yeah, tell us about what's your feeling.
I try not to cuss on my own channel, but it doesn't work. But I'm gonna try extra hard on yours, man, bro. It has been merda, and I'm sure everyone in every tongue knows what that means. It's been absolute shit, and it's really bad because we just lost our derby d'Italia against Juve 4-3 in a painful way to finish. Overall performances haven't been bad. Many have argued our performances and our output under a new young coach, an underwhelming coach, and an inexperienced coach actually aren't too bad. We went to Turin yesterday and we played on the front foot for 85% of the game, but I don't care about that. It's a derby d'Italia and we're Inter. We need results. The same way with Ajax. You guys need results. It's all well and good to play champagne football, but if you don't get 3 points at the end of the day, I've seen the way your fans react, man. And let's just say our fans react in a similar way, but we've got a whole separate situation at the moment where our Ultras or our Curva Nord is just refusing to go to games as well. There's a divide between fan and club. Yeah, our issues are running very deep at the moment. We're having a bad start to our season for a reason. It's been predicted. See, outside of the Inter world, to the blind eye, to your eye, we made a Champions League final. Yeah, we got absolute whooped 5-0, but the reality is that you lose a final, you lose a final. It makes no difference, really. You got to the final by being a good side. We got to the last day of Serie A last season. We fell well short in our expectations. We didn't win anything, but we got there. We got to the last day. How is it possible that a fall is going to be so big this season? Well, our fans could have told you. Our fans could have told you, mostly in the off season. Now more of them. So I'm more known as a pessimistic fan within our fan base, someone that sort of points out what's coming a little bit ahead of time. And sometimes people go, "No, you're being too negative," and then it happens, and I go, "These things happen, man. It's Inter. It is what it is." Our start to the season has been reflective of where our mental capacity is. Our players are not. A lot of our players are at a point in time where They're mentally and physically exhausted. They've underachieved in the last 4
Yeah.
to 5 years. Even though, you know, players like Barella, Lautaro, Bastoni, they've won 2 Scudetti, 2 Italian titles, one under Conte, one under Inzaghi.
Yes.
They should have won 2 more, minimum, under Inzaghi. Everybody else who was a part of the Inzaghi regime who collected 1 Scudetto, very nice, especially since it was the 20th one, the second star at the San Siro against Milan in front of their home fans. The reality is, my bro, we should have got 2 more. We should have got 2 more. And I know it's all well and good to look back at your achievements, but to me, I look back at last season going, this group of players had a chance to win 4 trophies last season, and they were favorites for all 4 up until the Champions League point, obviously. And we bombed all 4 of them. You know how hard it is to mentally recover from that? You throw in the fact that it was a 5-0 defeat in the final. This was always going to be an uphill battle mentally this season. Inter wasn't meant to challenge for top trophies this season, bro. Making the top 4 in our league this season just to sustain ourselves while we're building again, that's the main goal. And I hate saying stuff like that, bro. I hate it.
Damn. After 3 games already, that's not
that expectation was sort of there before the games are played. Like, once again, this is a premeditated prediction from our fans. The ones that understand Inter and have followed them from a long time, we know what our success looks like in cycles. We know what our drop-off looks like in cycles. Our drop-off can sometimes be deep. It can be, you know, the way I compare the way you guys drop off would be the way Juve drop off. You guys, even when you guys are having a bad season and you are disgruntled with your club or disgruntled with what's going on, you still expect to challenge and possibly win the league and still be pissed off, right?
Yes. Definitely.
Well, that's the difference. When Inter's going through shit, when Inter's struggling, we know what our ceiling is. We know what our floor is. We know when we're struggling, we're not meant to compete with the top. We're meant to sustain and then go again in a few years' time. That's the best way I could put it.
Okay. Chivu, of course, is the manager right now. I don't know if you have seen it in the news before. He was the manager of Inter, but he was linked with Ajax as well because our manager Farioli left and went to FC Porto. But yeah, did you want him as a manager, or was there someone else you had more as a favor to come to Inter? Because I'm a bit surprised that Inter picked Chivu as the new manager after Inzaghi.
Yeah, we were very surprised. I was wondering if you were going to ask me about Chivu, given the connection in terms of playing time he had with Ajax and Inter. That's really cool. Played over 100 games for you guys, didn't he?
Yeah.
He played many seasons. No, I can give you the insight into what all Inter fans know about this appointment. It's your typical passion merchant appointment, scapegoat appointment, lamb to the slaughter appointment. It's not good. You can't go from Inzaghi to someone who's only coached 13 games at top level. We love Christian Chivu. He's a legend at the club. He's won a holy triplete, the only Italian club to ever win it in history, to win the treble. It's us, and Christian Chivu has got his name tattooed into that. Into history, regardless of how he could have us in 16th and get sacked in 2 months, and it would not tarnish his legacy, because once again, Inter fans premeditated expectations. As soon as he was appointed boss, we were just like, my guy, we are sorry. We apologize for what you have come into. Like, it's not fair. It's not fair that you were obviously the 3rd or 4th choice. We know that we approached Allegri in this situation. I'm not the biggest fan of Max Allegri. Few fans are in Italy because of his sort of dinosaur way of playing football.
Yeah.
But he's a seasoned veteran in Serie A. Max Allegri would have been the perfect coach for Inter for the next 2 to 3 years. He would have us competing for the Scudetto every season for the next 3 years, regardless of how depleted our squad starts to get. Max Allegri would have come into this squad and gone, that's a lot of tools for me to work with, because I'm an old school mentality. I will keep these kids above water. Christian Chivu was 45 years old, bro. 45 years old. He's coaching Henrik Mkhitaryan and Francesco Acerbi, who are 7 years younger than him, man. It's tough.
Yeah.
It's tough. And tactically, he's going to be found out, but we can't falter his desire, his passion, and his desire to set high standards. But at the end of the day, what Inter's really crying out for is an experienced old school manager to keep everybody playing at the level that they can physically play. And we didn't get Allegri. we made approach for Cesc Fabregas, who's just more of like a hot name than anything. He was never going to really walk away from that Cornwall project, which they are building massively in the background with shareholders that include Thierry Henry. So it's going to be he was never going to be lured away from a project where he can be a big fish in a small pond and whatever he touches turns to gold, versus Cesc Fabregas coming to Inter, and like the second he drops a point, all the fans are like, "Ooh, Cesc, what are you doing?" It's a shit environment. It's a shit situation because we're trying to keep expectations that might start to be a little bit unrealistic soon.
You know what's a little bit funny about this situation? We have exactly the same problem because John Heitinga is right now our manager. He played for the club as well. And yeah, the fans already know he's not going to stay here for a long time because the press is really high, the expectations are really high. And he's already under pressure. We played 5 games in the Eredivisie right now. We won 3 and drew 2. I mean, but yeah, the last game we dropped points. That was not expected. The game before that, it was like okay, it can happen. But now it's it's the vibe around Ajax is not really good. And I don't know if you have seen it, but in the media here in the Netherlands, they're expecting us to really get a beat down against Inter. A lot of people saying we're going to lose 3-0, 4-0. A lot of people say as well we're going to get around 3 points, maybe even 1 point in the Champions League group stage of all the 8 games. So yeah, it's not only Inter who's struggling right now. Unfortunately, Ajax is struggling as well. But the problem as well is because of last year, we didn't expect to challenge for the league with the squad we had, and Farioli overperformed at Ajax. So now he's left, and Heitinga is the manager, and expectations are higher. We bought some players as well. So now everyone wants us to challenge for the league again. And yeah, at least qualify for the playoff stage of the Champions League phase. In my opinion, with this squad we have, Feyenoord and PSV are in a better space right now, and it's the first Champions League campaign after 3 years for us. So for me, if we qualify um, in the playoffs, I would be okay with it. But yeah, the other fans have, in my opinion, too high expectations after last season. So yeah, it's not a good vibe right now, Ajax, like I just said. And this week's gonna be hard for us because we have to play against you on Wednesday, and on Sunday we have to play against PSV away. So this is gonna be a really, really sticky week for us. So yeah,
probably a bad time for me to show you one of my presents, but I'll wait till the end of the episode.
Okay, no problem. But yeah, let's see.
Can I ask you a question, bro? How's our boy Davy Klassen going?
Oh yeah, he plays for you guys.
Played is a loose term. He might have got about 5 or 6 appearances altogether. But I like seeing him.
You know what's crazy? He normally is really good with penalties. So I'm sorry to start talking about this. I was shocked when he missed a penalty against Atleti in the.
Oh, that's all right, bro. He and everybody else, cuz we didn't expect him to do anything heroic anyway, bro. That was our own doing. We were in big pursuit of the league that season, so we lost our focus in that match.
True, yeah. But he's like a cult hero for us at Ajax. Yeah. He's known as Mr. 1-0. Yesterday again, he scored the first goal. He scored the first goal 30 times for Ajax. It's crazy, man.
30 times Davy Klassen has scored the first goal for Ajax. Yeah. Jeez, when I do my match preview on my channel, I'm going to throw that fact in, man. That's crazy.
Yeah, bro. That's why it's called Mr. 1-0.
Shit.
It's amazing, man. But I want to ask you a couple quick questions, like a quick fire thing. First one. So you have to only give the answer, no explanation. First one.
Okay.
Lautaro Martinez or Adriano?
Adriano.
Okay, fair. Eto'o or Ibrahimovic?
People are gonna kill me. Wow, Ibrahimovic.
Oh shit. Okay, okay.
I'm not allowed to
Uh,
explain why, so it's just one word.
yeah, yeah. Win Serie A or win the Champions League?
These days, Champions League.
Fair. Beat Milan or beat Juventus?
Beat Juventus.
Okay, okay.
We don't beat them ever. So if, when that happens, you call in work and you take a sick day and you go, "I'll talk to you soon."
Wesley Sneijder or Stankovic?
That's a great question. I've got a signed. Oh, let's see, 1 sec. I met him when he came down to Sydney. He had a soccer camp, a football camp with a Serbian club,
Oh, wow.
Stankovic, and he signed this, which is beautiful. And because of that, I'll say Stankovic.
Okay, okay, fair.
Great question. That's awesome.
I see two players behind you, so let me ask that as well. Ronaldo or the Crespo?
I love Crespo. How can you not? Beautiful player, beautiful player. But you're asking a question that only has one answer. You can ask Ronaldo's name versus anybody in the world, and it'll only be that answer.
Inzaghi or Jose Mourinho?
Jose Mourinho.
Fair, fair, fair. Let me see. The last one. The current goalkeeper you have right now, Sommer, or I forgot the goalkeeper you had in the treble season.
Julio
The
Cesar.
Brazil, yeah, Julio Cesar.
Julio Cesar.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, thank
Julio
you,
Cesar
man.
for me is a top 3 Serie A goalkeeper I've ever seen in his prime. Maybe that's a bit loose and biased, but he was fantastic.
Yeah, I was starting watching football around 2004-5, so I watched him as well when he was at
Yeah.
Inter. And he was amazing, man. That Inter
Yeah.
side that won the treble, wow, wow,
Yeah,
wow,
bro.
wow.
Yeah.
Amazing. Okay, let's move on. Um, do you think Chivu is gonna stay for a long time at Inter, or do you think he will be replaced in the next couple weeks or months?
No, the fans are of a general belief that he is being set up to fail. Most of us have our bets around about November, December. He'll be
Ooh.
sacked. Yeah, I personally hope not, because it shows an admittance of defeat in the management and the ownership and the board of directors, who knew that they were employing somebody underexperienced anyway. Pardon me.
Yeah.
And now they just basically need to wear it for what it is. So it's going to be an admittance of defeat. I'm looking forward to it.
That's a shame, man. Is there
It
any
is.
manager you have in your mind right now you would like to see if he gets sacked?
Some fans are saying that we should make a play for Jose because he's available, but
Oh,
no,
yeah.
the guy's in a bad spot in his life. We're in a bad spot in our life. He was brought in to win the Champions League with a team that was ready back in the day. You can't bring him in to clean up a mess like this. It's not the right environment. He would tarnish his legacy. If Inter employ Mourinho to be a manager, it's going to break my heart, honestly.
Yeah.
Something I say that gets me a little bit hated by my own fan base sometimes is that I'm a really big Antonio Conte fan. I'm an Italian football merchant. I love his cagey way of playing and the way that he elevates a team by 30%, 40% just by coming into the training ground and starting a campaign and a regime there. So the fact that as long as Napoli has Antonio Conte, they will be winning as many Italian titles as possible. It's Inter's loss, Napoli's gain.
Yeah, I have the same feeling as well about Napoli and Conte. Let's see. So, which players, of course, it's not really good season for you guys right now, but which player of Inter has impressed you the most so far? Oh shit.
We're pretty high on this signing that we've got. His name is Sucic. He's very good technical on the ball. He reminds us a lot of Marcelo Brozovic, who played for us. So we're pretty high on him. I would like to see the manager integrate him as much as possible into the middle of a midfield three that we play. We seem to be very much relying on the 3-5-2. The manager's not going to change that.
Yeah.
No one's in form, man. Like, if you're asking which players that maybe you should watch out for, well, it's a Champions League game. So watch all of these unbelievably complacent athletes step it up against you guys and want to play well, because it's at your ground, right? We're coming to Amsterdam. Yeah, cool. So I think Dumfries is going to have a 9 out of 10 game against you guys. I expect Thuram to have a good game against you guys. My main guy, Bastoni, he's the one for me that always gets a pass. It used to be him and Barella, but Barella's form is just plateaued to a mediocre point that I really need to see him do so much more than he does. Alessandro Bastoni for me in a back three, quite possibly the best left-sided centre back in a back three in the world. But at the end of the day, has his limits as well. When he has to play in a back four for Italy, he doesn't look like the same player. So for me, Bastoni still gets the nod for having good games for us this season, as usual.
You already spoke about Barella. Is he the player disappointed you the most, or is there someone else who you think like he's a step up really?
Yeah, for me personally, because I'm such a Barella fan, definitely. He's the one that's disappointed me the most, but he hasn't been the most disappointing overall. Federico Di Marco has been awful this season. Hakan Çalhanoğlu, despite his 2 cracking goals against Juve, we know that he's going to have a shit season. He was twerking for Galatasaray, Fenerbahce, anybody that was watching in the off season. So he wants to leave. Everyone knows Hakan wants to leave in our club. I don't trust Marcus Thuram either. I swear to God, the guy wants to be playing for you know who, with his brother Kefran. Oh, there's something. There's something swimming in the background, bro. I'm a conspiracy theorist when it comes to this club. There's something swimming in the background, like some dodgy trade with Vlahovic is going to happen soon. I don't know. Watch this way. You heard it with me first. If you see something really, really weird happen and Marcus Thuram goes from Inter to Juve, you know that you had someone that told you first. So
I saw that moment when he was laughing with his brother. I was like, bro, you just lost a big game. Come on, man. You cannot do that.
Yeah, it's fishy.
I really hate that.
Me too.
If players do that. But previewing to the looking to the game, of course, against Ajax. How important is this game for you in the season? Is it a way to change the season, to lift up the squad, or do you think it's not really important for you guys?
If we won our first 3 games in the league, or if we won on the weekend against Juve, I'd be looking at you today going, bro, I don't care about this game. I'm not watching this game. I'm not paying attention to this game. I know, like, when you lose 2 Champions League finals in 3 years, I'm not doing this shit, cuz. I ain't doing it, all right? As simple as that. I know Inter's not going to win the Champions League this year. I'm just here for the ride along. I'm here for good moments and good vibes. This ain't going to be no fairy tale run. This ain't going to be no whooping Bayern Munich and Barcelona out of the league. When you lose 2 UCL finals in 3 seasons and you lose the league by as small as you did last season, this season to me was all about making a miracle challenge for the league. We're 3 games in. We look really poor. I'm a very realistic but pessimistic fan at the end of the day. Inter is not doing anything in the Champions League past maybe a miracle quarterfinal if we get a lucky draw this season. So this game to me would have meant nothing, because we would have had maybe 6, 7, 9 points in the league. I'd be looking at you going, Michael, my friend, I know exactly what piece of pie that I'm going for this season, and it's that one there. But now, guess what, bro? We're 3 points out of 9. Chivu needs a lift. We're going to Amsterdam, his former place of playing. Now I need to win this game, bro. Now we need to win this game. Now it's different. Now we need to go to Amsterdam and do what you said at the start of the video, what your fans think. We need to go there and whoop your ass and come back and go, oi, we're still Inter, we're still a decent team this season. Because if we go there and come back with nothing, bro, it's did I say November for Chivu like 5 minutes ago? We could be dragging that forward.
Yeah.
I'm glad
Yeah,
that you told me that your fans have low expectations because I wasn't too sure. I was hoping to brush up on your fans' expectations. I knew you were third, but like it was early
yeah.
in the season. And
Nah,
I'm not gonna lie, I have seen your squad. You did add a couple of good players, but it's still not an Ajax squad that
yeah,
scares
yeah,
me. You
yeah,
know what I mean?
yeah. We still in a rebuild, so yeah. This season, I already expected after last season when we bottled the league, after dropping from 9 points lead, crazy man. Yeah,
Not
after
good.
that, I expected this season to be a little bit like this. But still, I don't want to lose like 3-4 nil. So hopefully a miracle is gonna happen. But yeah, I'm really nervous about it because yeah, it's not looking good right now. But the only thing what gives me hope is because your form with Inter and Kifu, he's not really experienced, but Hydra isn't as well. So it wouldn't surprise me as well if it's like a dead game that ends in a draw or something. But yeah, it's gonna be a long week for me if we're not gonna win. But uh, in your opinion, what are the weaknesses for Inter eyes can maybe yeah have a chance create something?
Lack of focus in the back at the moment. We're mixing and matching. I can guarantee you Akanji won't play this game because he just started the derby on the
Okay,
weekend. So if in my prediction, you're probably going to see Bisek, De and Bastoni as a back three. I would
okay,
almost guarantee that, man, to be honest. So you can expose Bisek. He's very good physically, will win a lot of aerial challenges, will hustle hard, tackle hard, play some good forward passes, is decent on the ball. He's clumsy, man, has bozo moments, brain farts, will trip somebody over, will make a handball, will look in the wrong direction. Bisek is prone to a mistake, as is the veteran Stefan De Vrij. Sorry to say, is no, he's a Feyenoord boy, so he's
yeah,
probably
yeah,
not
he's a
regarded.
fan
He's
boy.
probably not regarded in highest regard with Ajax, but you
Yeah,
could easily expose him as well when he's taking a little bit of a nap. Once again, very reliable on the ball. Positioning is 9.5 out of 10 every time. High IQ centre back. I know as a Dutch football fan, De Vrij is a smart centre back. He's not stupid.
yeah,
He's
yeah,
quite good, but he will make errors, man, as he gets on in his career because he's played in solid back threes before that have been much stronger than this, and now he can really see some of the weaknesses in Inter's defense, and he will be a victim of that systematic weakness. Um, you can expose the massive hole in the middle of the park in midfield. Inzaghi likes to press high, and because of that, we've got a trailing back three, somebody that's not covering the back of the park the same way Hakan used to. I'm telling you, Hakan's putting in 51% on a good day, 21% on a bad day. So I hope he doesn't
mm,
play this game. I hope there's heavy rotation, and you see a couple of engines in there, maybe a Sucic and a Fratesi
yeah,
instead.
yeah, yeah,
I rate. I'm a big fan of Henrik Mkhitaryan. He cops the big GIF from our fans because of his age. He's not a sexy character anymore. He's not young with tattoos, with a nice name and a flair player, but he's a part of a dying breed of footballer that you can always bank on to do what you need him to do. I've got a lot of respect for players that have come through Inter and have performed like
uh,
Mkhitaryan, like Matteo
bro.
Damian, like
He scored
Ashley
against
Young,
us.
like Idan
He scored
Dzeko,
against us.
these players that I mentioned, like these are timeless athletes, man, that still actually want to win football games, that still go back into the locker room at the end of the game and look at the floor and go, shit, we didn't win, instead of getting out their phone and going, oh, well, we didn't win. Let's message any one of the 100 girls that are waiting for me at any hotel in this city,
Yeah.
because psychological feedback plays a massive role in player performance, and that's what you see in young complacent athletes these days. So sorry to get sidetracked, but yeah,
No, yeah, yeah.
you're going to see a lot of
Big,
holes with us, bro. Also, like our front attack is not firing well either. Lautaro is in a bad mood. He's been in a bad mood for a year.
yeah, bro. Mkhitaryan, if you talk about him, I'm thinking about the Europa League final against Manchester United because he scored, I
Oh
think, a
yeah,
bicycle kick against us. So
yeah.
yeah,
I remember that game.
hopefully he's not gonna play because I don't want to see that again. But yeah, uh, funny you're saying that what's your weakness because our weakness is the midfield as well. There's too many space as well between the midfield and the defense, and between the midfield and attack as well. In our last game, in the first 45 minutes, we did well, but after that, in the second half, the first 15 minutes, it was a little bit worse, but still okay. But then he changed four players, and it was so chaotic. At one moment it looked like we're gonna drop points, but yeah, eventually won 3-1. So I'm really curious about how the game's gonna go because yeah, like we discussing, it's not looking good from both sides right now. But with what are the strengths of Inter Ajax need to be careful with? Of course, you already talked about Dumfries, Bastoni as well, and Turam. Is there any other thing we have to worry about?
So there's a theme that I was going with there when you think about it. Turam doing for his Bastoni. Like, don't let us play you in behind. Don't turn your shoulder. Don't let us run behind you. If you run behind you, you will let us get cheap goals that don't actually require any technical ability. We've already beaten your line. If you can make sure we don't break your line, and Dumfries doesn't break your line, Turam doesn't break your line, Bastoni doesn't have an opportunity to vertically break your line. Bastoni is a brilliant vertical ball player, a brilliant 11 out of 10 vertical ball player. DeMarco's going to start this game probably with him as well, meaning that they'll have some sort of understanding. They'll be interchanging in terms of 1-2 touches in midfield, with Lautaro dropping back, Hakan pressing with a 1-2 as well with Mkhitaryan or Fratesi if he comes in, although we're a little bit concerned about Fratese's minutes this season so far, and that will give Bastoni his little opportunity to elevate that extra 10 yards up the pitch. And if he has an opportunity to play someone in behind, he will. If you can prevent players like Dumfries and DeMarco getting into space behind your backline, Thuram as well, you'll be fine, because that's where we score a lot of our goals. And even though it takes, systematic tactical play to a certain degree, it's not that hard to figure out. We've been playing that sort of football for a long time now, a long time. And there was a period of time where it was impenetrable, indestructible. We won the league title by 12 points. Yeah, but it's a different version of it at the moment. So I hope if that's what your team's doing and looking to lock that down, you'll frustrate the hell out of Denzel and out of Federico Di Marco and Thuram. You're almost halfway done with our attack.
Hopefully, I will do this, but gotta be honest, I don't know what to expect. Which team is gonna play, which starting 11, because he's changing information every time. But yeah, what would be your starting 11 for the game against Ajax? You would pick.
For us?
Yeah, against Ajax.
Zoma has been playing very poorly this season, the goalkeeper. Our goalkeeper. And to be honest, I wanted him dropped or sold in the off season, because I'm a very big believer in age for a goalkeeper. You can't fight biology with age. Once you turn a certain age as a goalkeeper, it's very simple. Your reflexes are simply going to drop. It's just biology, bro. It's just the way it is. So he needs to go. I would like to see Josep Martinez starting this game. So that would be my starting goalkeeper. We dropped about 19 to 20 million on him 2 seasons ago, and every time he's performed for us rotating, he's done quite a good job. Fans are wondering why we haven't started playing him. He's a 19 million euro investment. Play him. He's a goalkeeper. Just play him. He's a goalkeeper for Inter. Just play the guy. It's not that hard. Anyway, I'm getting frustrated now. Start Bastoni at left centre back. De Vrij because Acerbi's too old. Bisek because I don't want Akanji to burn out. Akanji would be my first choice, obviously, but we need Akanji going forward to make sure that we win our next 3 league games. So Bisek at right centre back. Dumfries on the right. I would personally start Augusto, but DeMarco had a decent showing on the weekend. I know DeMarco's going to play. And like I said, I think our tactics are going to be geared around getting behind your defensive line. So DeMarco will start on the left. The midfield, for me, I would go with Barella as the deep-lying midfield, Sucic as the box-to-box, and Mkhitaryan as the elevated forward midfielder. That's not what it's going to be. Hakan will probably end up starting the game, so you can expect Hakan to start in place of Sucic more so. So I was going to say, usually it would be Hakan at the bottom, Barella, and then Mkhitaryan on the other top-hand side. But you're probably going to see Hakan, Barella, and Mkhitaryan. So same goddamn lineup that we keep losing games with, and that we lost the Champions League final with last season. That sort of crap.
Yeah.
And then up top it'll be Lautaro and Thuram. Although personally, I would like to see Boni get a start in the Champions League, his first start, but he'll probably come off the bench.
Yeah, I watched the first game you guys played in the Serie A against Torino, and I saw him coming on as well, score a goal. Was pretty nice. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not sure if he's gonna play. Of course, let's see. I want to show you my lineup for the game against Ajax against Inter. Here is
Curious
it.
to see if you put Weghorst in your lineup.
No, he's not in my starting lineup.
Nah, he's not in your lineup.
No. So I have Jaros in goal. We loaned him from Liverpool.
The
Did
fans
pretty
don't
good.
like him that much, do they?
It's a bit 50-50. When he scores a goal, they love him, but when he doesn't score a goal like he did against Pek Zwolle on Saturday, everyone's like, yeah, drop him. He needs to be on the bench. Blah blah blah. It's always like this, man. But yeah, I love him because he fights for the badge. He gives everything every game when he plays. So yeah, but he's not my starting striker. So I have
Yeah.
Rosa as the left back because he's defensively pretty decent. Itakura, we brought him from Borussia Mönchengladbach. He's, I think, our best signing so far. And Yuri Bas, upcoming center back, doing well.
He's good.
Yeah, he's doing well. And Wijndal, I'm not a fan of him, but yeah, he's the starting left back for us right now. Then he's not gonna do this, but I want like a pivot with Mukio and Klaassen. Mukio's a really good talent, but he hasn't played for a long time as a starting player. He's getting like 5-10 minutes in the season so far, but last season he was pretty good and in the preseason as well. So I hope he's gonna start him, but I don't think he's gonna pick him. But yeah, that's my pivot, and then Oscar Klug as the number 10. Yeah, I hope he's gonna play him because he's a creative player, and we need a player like him to, I think, score a goal against Inter. Then as a striker, gonna pick Kasper Dolberg. We bought him from Anderlecht. He was at the club years ago, and hopefully he will start. What I didn't like the game on Saturday was, it's supposed to be his debut, but the manager let him do the warming up for like 30 minutes and then brought him on. So everyone was cheering when he was doing the warming up, but yeah, it felt like the manager was like, "Nah, let me show you guys. I'm not gonna fold. Let me try to do a show or something." I didn't like that, man. But yeah, then the left winger, I'm gonna pick Mika Gods. He scored 2 goals and had 1 assist as well in the last game against Spec. So he contributed to every goal. I hope he's gonna play good again because in the last couple months he was out of form. But yeah, he had a chance against Pek Zwolle and he did really well. So hopefully he can continue with that. And Berghuis I'm gonna pick as the right winger. He's definitely gonna play. When he's playing it in the midfield, I don't really rate him. But when he's playing as a right winger, he did well. Also in the preseason, scored 5 goals. He already scored in the season so far as well. But yeah, it looks like the manager is afraid to bench him because he's like a player. When you bench him, he's gonna moan. Yeah, he's getting angry real quick. So I don't think he's not gonna start this game. I definitely think he's gonna play when we start the game against you guys. So this is my starting 11. I'm not sure if you know all the players, but if you look at this starting lineup, do you think Inter can do something against Ajax, or
Yes,
you think?
definitely. I still think that like I said, it's not the most intimidating Ajax side in the world. So I do think that we will go there with the notion that Chivu says we can use this as a spring point to restart our season. It's not the end of the world losing a derby in Turin against Juventus. It's a high profile game.
True.
As much as it more hurts to lose those games, you forgive losing those games quicker than you forgive losing 1-0 at home to Lecce or Udinese, who comes to your home ground. You know what I mean?
Agreed.
That's just unacceptable behavior. So yeah, I'm just interested in the $7.50 to 1 that Davi Klaassen is paying to score against Inter, because that seems like the easiest money of like the month to me. That'll pay my electricity bill, water bill all at once, bro. And I'll be sending that tip to all of our fans at Inter Worldwide.
Oh yeah. What's your score prediction for the game against Ajax?
I think that we beat you guys 2-1.
2-1. Okay.
2-1, yeah. What about you?
I have two scores.
It doesn't work like that, bro.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I'm gonna say Inter's gonna win 3-1, but I hope a draw. I hope a draw, but I think it's gonna be 3-1 for Inter. But yeah. Let's see. Um, would you consider it is a successful results if it's gonna be a draw, or do you want a W only?
No, we need the W, bro. Like I said, we're not in a position at the moment where we can come back from your stadium with anything but a win in order to improve our mood.
So the players gonna be like fired up for the game. You
Oh
expect?
yeah, I think they'll be fired up. More fired up than the Serie A games, which is part of the problem.
Yeah. For us, even a draw would be already a really good start because when we got a draw with all the teams we have to play against, I was like, okay, Inter, I expect a loss. Chelsea, I expect a loss. All the other games, we have to get a points. So yeah, if we get a draw, even a win, that would completely change the mood around Ajax because, like I already said to you, yeah, everyone
Yeah,
thinks is we're gonna lose. So I really hope it's not gonna happen because that I don't want that bad vibe around the club anymore. But yeah, we're
yeah.
gonna see on Wednesday what's gonna happen. Yeah, do you have some questions for me?
Um, yeah. Well, a couple of things. First of all, I noticed you had Kasper Dolberg as your predicted striker for this game, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Has he played for you guys since he re-signed?
No.
Dude, that's why you were telling me about the warm-up, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because it was as soon as you said that, it triggered to me. I think I told you off camera the first European game I ever went to, because being Australian, we don't get to travel too much. And if we do travel to Europe, we're probably going to summer, during summer. So I've been to Europe before and I've just gone in a period to party and gone like, I've missed games. I've completely missed. I'm here during off season. But luckily for me, like the Eredivisie kicked off a little early in August when I traveled there in 2016, because the first European game I went to was your second home game of the 2016 season. You were playing Roda and Dolberg grabbed both goals. I think the
Oh
game
my
ended in a
days!
draw. It was 2-2, but Dolberg grabbed both goals, both of them. I remember.
Wow,
And like
that's
it was hype, bro. I remember looking at your fans. There was about 50,000 people there. I was by myself, all by myself. I was traveling by myself. My girlfriend went back home because she had work. My friends that I were with wanted to go to Belgium. Like they were in Belgium at a music festival. I was going to meet them over there or something. I'm like, no. I didn't realize the Eredivisie was starting this weekend. So in 2 days, I watched your game against Roda, and then I caught the first train to Rotterdam the next morning to watch
oh
Feyenoord
shit!
at home as well. So the only European football I've ever seen live in my life is weekend 2 of the Eredivisie 2016-17, match day 2.
Wow,
Yeah.
wow, amazing, man. I wasn't even at the game, so wow.
Yeah.
Yeah,
When I saw the name Dolberg come up as your predicted striker, I go, nah, that was him. That was definitely him.
oh my, yeah, he was playing in that period, so yeah, it definitely is Dolberg. Yeah, you said yes some surprises, so I'm curious to see what you do.
Yeah. I got some nice ones, but I'm a smart ass, but I'm also very respectful because I did spend some time with some Ajax fans at a pub that night. And I spent some time with some Feyenoord fans at a pub the day afterwards. And they both had very similar rules about what words to say and how to behave in public
Yeah,
if you're with
yeah.
someone from that crew. So you got to maintain respect. But as I told you, bro, I'm a big fan of Dutch football. Always will be. When Italy is not in a major tournament, which let's face it is bloody often these days, man. I'm
Yeah.
always cheering on the Dutch, bro. So here's just some of my awesome kits, man, that I love. I collect a lot of kits at the same
Wow.
time. There's your 1998 Burkamp. So yeah,
Oh
I'm trying to
my
little
days.
little cheap grab at your subscribers so that they can subscribe to Inter Worldwide, bro. I hope I don't lose them with what I put up. I forget. I think this one's from like your 2004, 2006 era,
Yeah,
and
I think so.
this
Oh
was like
my.
more. This is my favorite one. It doesn't fit me anymore because like I'm chunky, but this is the one I
Yeah.
got. because I came over in 2013 to, with all the boys. And and this I was wearing this all the time. Those are some of my nicer ones. But how about this? Out of respect, I'll only show you a little bit of the back of this jersey because we love Ronaldo. I love Ronaldo so much. I've got a kit from everywhere he's been except Barcelona. So there's that.
Oh,
But out of sheer respect, because I know you'd probably, if I turned it around, you'd probably go, nah, F this guy, man. I wouldn't expect you to hold up a J-word jersey in front of the camera. So the back's enough. I didn't cross any lines, man. I didn't turn it around.
Yeah. Wow, amazing, man. Amazing. I have some young audience as well who like Serie A football as well. So, what would be your advice if they want to, start a channel?
If they wanted to start a channel like
Yeah,
about football in general or Serie A,
or yeah, Serie A.
well, for Serie A, like there's not too many of us that talk about Serie A in English. It's not a realm of content creation where you can expect it to make you a sole income unless you invest really heavy into it. But because we've only got a couple of really major platforms that bring us that. There's IFTV that come out of Italy. That come out of America, and the Italian football podcast run by Nima Tavale and Carlo Garganese, which is more of an authentic raw podcast style, and that's the main channel that we've got. So my advice to anyone starting Serie A or any content creation would just be start before anything, see how you go, and always pay attention to your quality of production. A lot can change by having a decent camera and a microphone, and just when it comes to Serie A content creation, it's very hard to bullshit. You need to be raw and you need to be authentic. It's a passionate subgenre of football, that's for sure, which is everywhere, I guess.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. And what's your favorite moment right now? When you started doing YouTube with your channel, what's the best moment you had so far?
The best moment I had so far. Oof. There would have been a moment where, because we were in the lockdown period, remember the COVID and whatnot, I would have been like 2 years into my channel, no production value, just laptop, camera, and whatever it is. Like when Inter won the league, the game before that, when it's mathematically wrapped up, I hadn't seen Inter win the league for 10 years before that. And you just knew that we had a game against Crotone, and there was like 5 games left, and we were 8 points clear, 9 points clear. So really, we just needed to win 2 out of our last 5 games to be champions, or 2 out of our last 6. We knew it was coming, but the PTSD in me was like, I can't feel this until I can go to bed at night knowing it's borderline mathematically wrapped up. And I was live on stream with my friend Mo and Judge Mo. You can check out his channel as well. He does English content creation, does very, very well. Christian Eriksen grabbed the goal with about 30 minutes left. And I just remember as soon as he scored that, I just went, that's it. That's fucking it. It's done. That's it. We're going to win it. We're going to be champions. I know it. I now know it. Because I didn't allow myself to feel anything any week prior to that. Even though everyone was saying it, dude, we've got Conte. We're 8 points clear. Just let yourself feel something. I go, never. I refuse to believe anything, because strange things happen in football. And I remember when Eriksen scores that goal, I was like, I know Crotone is not going to score one back. And then with 4 minutes left, I think in stoppage time, Hakimi busts through, turns the keeper and makes it 2-0. And at that moment, live, I just felt so relaxed. I go, we've done it. We're champions. So relaxed that for the next game, I didn't even do a watch along at 2 a.m. I just slept through it. Just slept through it, bro.
Also, when you're doing the watch along, it's around 2 a.m. for you.
The COVID lockdown period was easy. I ain't got nowhere to be. No one's got anywhere to be. But in Australia, the biggest crux for us is we don't get normal kickoff times. So for Inter, they will always play between midnight, 12 and 5 o'clock in the morning. So I'm a morning person, not the way you are, like the way you Dutchies are, like stay awake until the sun goes up. I'm Mr. On a weeknight for me, like I'll be in bed 9:30 p.m., 10 p.m. getting some sleep. I'll be up at 5 a.m. I can wake up 4:45, 5 a.m. I can't watch a game at midnight, bro. 1 o'clock in the morning. That is awful to me. Whereas that's comfortable to a lot of others.
Yeah. Wow, amazing, man. And even that's Eriksen, of course, former player of Ajax as well. So yeah, that makes me happy as well. But Yeah, before I'm gonna end the show, tell the viewers what's coming up on your channel in the next couple days, weeks.
Cool. Well, thank you for having me, man. And I already appreciate any comments that come through. Feel free to subscribe to Inter Worldwide. It's a
Yes.
very raw, authentic channel. I am not biased. I'm a pessimistic Inter fan, which means I spend a lot of the time sooking and whinging, which I know a lot of people want to see. So if anybody wants to come see that, also have a very nice wide kit collection that I expose every couple of days. I wear a new kit every day. So if you do want to come and check it out, feel free. It's just Inter Worldwide. I've got a couple of collabs with a couple of other Inter content creators coming up soon, but there's always just match previews, match reactions, and like I said, sooking at the moment about the Inter world.
Yeah, thank you, man. Yeah, thank you for being here. Making the time. I really appreciate it, and I think my viewers will love this as well because I only started doing this like 1 year ago, so I haven't brought many people to the channel yet. So yeah, I think they're definitely gonna find this really cool. Yeah, guys, I'm gonna put his channel, of course, in the description. So subscribe on Inter Worldwide. I'm gonna put everything. So yeah, please support Anthony as well. Good guy. I love chatting with you. And yeah, if you want to do a review or something, I can also come on the channel as well.
But I had a lot of fun. Thanks for having me. I was about to say, if there wasn't such little time, the first question I would have asked you after this is, dude, come on my channel for a preview. But maybe what I'll do is, because I'm always looking to link up with other content creators and just to talk European football, we'll definitely do a check in soon, so I can check in on your season and I'll have you as a guest on Inter Worldwide 100%.
Cool, yeah, that will be amazing, man. But yeah, guys, thanks for watching. Don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, subscribe to Anthony as well, Inter Worldwide. And yeah, hopefully see you soon. And yeah, let's pray for a good result against Inter. Peace, guys.
Ciao.
Hey, leuk dat je nog bent blijven kijken. Vergeet niet te abonneren en te liken. Laters!